Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday, February 6th. And this is the pre-market analysis for QOL Trading. And as discussed earlier in the week, we're going to have delays on the economic data due to the partial shutdown that we had with the government earlier this week. I know that they have these Canadian numbers that are coming out. Those are live numbers. But as far as consumer sentiment and University of Michigan inflation expectations, those are going to be delayed. Next week, I think starting into core retail sales on Tuesday is when the numbers are going to start coming out. And then Wednesday, we're going to have non-farm unemployment, average hourly earnings month over month. Thursday, unemployment claims, and then Friday, core CPI. So next week, there'll be some decent data flying in there. So let's get over to the broader markets. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, hit that bell down there so you can get notification for future videos that we have coming on. Also, down in the description, you can join the Discord community for free live trading from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Take advantage of it because this will be the last month that I offer it for free. I do mentorship, and that's something separate that you can ask about. So anyways, nasty few days that we've been having right now. Feels like we're in a bear market. I can't remember the last time we had several days in a row where it was constantly a down market where we didn't get any kind of relief. But, you know, we're still up here at all-time highs here on the broader markets here, so on the ES. So we did hold some levels yesterday. December's low at 67.71.5. We held that in pre-market or aftermarket yesterday, and then we regained September's highs of 68.14.5. And now we're dangling right below the 100-day SMA, so there's a little headwind in front of us there that we're going to have to pay attention to. I had this point of control after the market closed. I plotted this yesterday. It's 68.51, and we filled it right now, so I'm going to be taking that off of the charts. So we'll remove that level right there. So now if we're going to get above that, that'll be a good level of support. You can use that for taking a long entry. You have to get through this 100-day SMA sitting at 68.71.61 in order to push to start pushing higher. And then, of course, if we can get through yesterday's highs at 68.81.25, we can push higher and start filling this. I call this a little bit of a speed zone here. That was pre-market yesterday. And then push into the weekly lows from January at 68.99.5. I would suspect you're going to get a little resistance up there. And then we have a whole bunch of levels higher at, I would say, got a lower end regressional trend line that I drew, and it starts from August of last year, starting at 69.20.35. I would suspect we're going to get some resistance up there between 69.20.75 to 69.25, and then 69.31 and 10 cents. That's where the 50-day SMA comes in. So if you do get a push, I would suspect that we're going to get a little resistance up here before you can push higher. We are still, even though we are below the 100-day SMA here, sitting at 68.71.63, and below the 50-day, sitting at 68.31.09, and sitting below the 20-day SMA, sitting at 69.51.91 is the 20-day. So now on the downside right now, if we lose the September highs at 68.14.5, you have 68.71.5. That would give us support, and if we lose that, I think we come back down to August highs at 66.39.25. Whether we get there rapidly, I'm not sure. And then if we lose that level, you have a 65.83, which is November of 2025 lows there. So that's pretty much covering your bases on both sides of the coin there. So I think the big level right now, here's your line in the sand right now, which is your 100-day SMA, 68.71.25. If you can, pop above that and hold, I think you can get some upward push for today. So that's pretty much it on the ES. Let's get over to the NASDAQ. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, go down to the description and join the Discord community for live trading while it's still going on for the rest of the month. NASDAQ is definitely a lot weaker than the S&Ps. So let's just, so you can see this is just a nasty downward trend that we're in since the 28th of January. Starting to get a little, giving us a little life right now, but I'm not really that comfortable with it right now. You have the 50-day, and we're well below the 50 and the 20-day SMA. They're sitting right even with each other at about 25,612. Higher, much higher than where we are right now. So we have some distance that we get over there. We did have the same thing, very similar in the ES as far as a point of control. I had a point of control that I plotted yesterday afternoon after the market closed at 24,772.02. You could see we now filled that in pre-market, so I'm going to take that off the screen. However, if you're plotting it just like I do, you can leave it on the screen, and this could be now a level of support, right? So if we pop up a little bit or come down here, and you can see how the market reacts. You can see right now we popped above it, and now the market's starting to hold that level. So you can use that as a level of support, right? So I have all these levels up here for when I'm trading, and if I were to be trading futures, I'd be utilizing these levels for my long entries or my short entries. So, but that being said, my system is I take my point of control levels off once they get hit. So this is going to be removed, and now it cleans everything up and it makes my charts less noisy. So same thing today. We have to get through this December low, 24,887.75. This is a monthly low, so I would suspect you're going to get some resistance here. You could see yesterday you had a lot of resistance up there, so that's going to be a big level to get through. If you can get through that level, I think we can push higher, and then you're going to, again, you definitely have some headwinds up there. It's 24,960.75. But if you can get through that, then you can push through to 25,053. So there are some levels up ahead of us in order for us to plow through. So you're going to need some steam to get up there. So the sentiment right now in the market is very weak, especially with everything that's been happening with crypto and all the earnings calls that have been coming out. And I think that what's happening with the tech and why tech is leading the way downward, it's not because their earnings, they haven't been beating earnings, they've been beating earnings, but it's been about what they've been forecasting as far as what their capital expenditures are going to be. I think Amazon came out with their earnings call yesterday. They beat earnings. However, they said they were going to spend $200 billion on capital expenditures for 2026, and that just sent everything south. But we'll see what happens. I don't think it's a bad thing in the long term. I mean, if you're holding your long-term positions for years, it's not fun to look at your portfolio right now while everything is getting smoked over these last several days. However, it's still holding up strong right now. But in order for the NASDAQ to continue to push higher, we have a bunch of levels that are going to have to push through in order to get higher. If you can't get through all these levels, you still have all this headwind up here. The 100-day SMA is sitting at 25,517.48. You have the 20-day and the 50-day sitting at 25,612. But on the downside here, if you do lose these lows, September 22nd's low, 24,680, you come back down, you're going to test that August high again, 24,495. And then there's a point of control that was hit from November 20th. I will take that off the screen. Some of you could leave that up there as a support level too. But we'll see what happens to that. So if you do lose that 24,495, I think there's a strong possibility you can come down here and test this November low at 24,153 and a half. I don't have anything drawn below that for today. I'll make some new levels if that happens by the end of today, which I'm really not hoping that it does. But maybe if we fan out a little bit, we can get a better picture of what's down here. Not too much support down here, not making me too comfortable if we did lose that level that, where are we right here? Yeah, if we did lose that November 21st low, there's not much down here. So I would have to do some homework on that to find out where we would be coming into. So, right now, the reason why there's not much down here is because of the, right now, this is the March expiration date on the future. So we'll see what happens if the market pulls down to that level. I'll be able to go back into history and get some different levels there. But Right now, the market is seem to be pushing higher a little bit. This is a 4-hour chart we're looking at right now. So hopefully we can get through this 24,887.75. We can get through that level and hold. More upside can come right now. Maybe we could start, filling some of this downside that we had here over the last several days. Because if you did end up getting this push, if we do regain these levels up here, this whole sell-off right here is a tremendous speed zone. So if we do regain this level right here, this will be, we'll quickly recoup this, and then we'll start pushing towards the new highs. So it's not far-fetched. It's a little bit of quite a way. It's quite a ways right now, but like I said yesterday, the stock market was created for the stock prices to go up, not down. So unfortunately, when the markets go down like this, everybody thinks that the sky is falling and it's done, and this is it. So. However, that being said, there are huge corrections, 10 to 15% corrections, and that's what makes you, second guess yourself on, hey, should I be in this or not? So anyways, let's get over to Tesla. And again, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that bell for future notifications. Tesla, another stock that is getting handed to it. However, same thing here. This is a tremendous speed zone here. If you can get over Tuesday's high at 408.90, I think you're going to push into this 415.80, 414.50 level before you get resistance. But if you can get through that, you're going to quickly pop up here to this 419.99 level. So we'll see what happens when the market opens there. We closed. This is a close here that it's starting to get some resistance. This is a close that happened on Wednesday. So you can see pre-market, it came up here and it rejected that level right there. And then we had yesterday's close. I say where we closed. Yeah, that's exactly where we closed yesterday there. So 397 is where we closed yesterday. So I would say as long as you're above yesterday's close, I'd be looking for maybe a sell-off into maybe a long at this level right here. I like if you can hold above Wednesday's lows. That could be another level to take a long. This regressional trend line right here is from December of 2025. It's the lower end of it. So this could be a level of resistance here. If you do get above that, I like a long. If you can hold above that, maybe pushing this 408.90, which is November 8th high. If you lose that level, if you do lose, I would say you'd have to lose Wednesday's low in order to get more downside, but I would be a little weary into shorting into the yesterday's close. But if you do lose yesterday's close, you have a monthly high set here in February of 394. We lost it yesterday. We regained it in pre-market, and so now you have a nice little push. I think it was due to a podcast that Elon Musk had yesterday. It was a 3-hour podcast with Collins and Patel, and their first names escape me, but it was 3 hours, and it was covering everything from his SpaceX to his Optimus robots. And I got to tell you, he's love him or hate him, he is a brilliant man, and I think he's way ahead of his time. And if you I would recommend watching that podcast because a lot of things make sense. I was always questioning, like, what's the big deal about space? Why is everybody fighting to get up in space? And if you watch that, go and watch that podcast. A lot of things, it'll start connecting the dots for you on what the sense of urgency is as far as getting up into space. It's all about energy. It's all about computers. I was thinking initially craziness. I was thinking about that the race to space was because the world was ending, that they know something, that there's some kind of meteor coming in and going to end Earth or something, but it has nothing to do with that. So it's a good listen. It's a long listen. However, it is, if you go down below, it's on Twitter. You have to go and search it out. You'll find it. It is the transcript is below, and it is transcripted out, so you can find certain sections of it. So I would go and look for the Optimus part where he talks about the robots, how he's talking about having 10 to 30 million robots, a robot academy, and it's really out there, and he's talking about that happening fairly quickly. So I think that's where you're seeing this spike in the stock from last night. So, however, that being said, you still need to, get above these certain levels here right now. So today, I would be looking, ideally, I'd like to see like maybe a little bit of a sell-off in the morning and then look for some long positions. I'd like to see this 399.19 level hold. I would be looking to take a long there. Or if we lose that, I would be looking to take a long in this in yesterday's close. And then, however, if you lose these levels, there's some levels down here, this 394 level. And then I have this longer term regressional trend line that I drew from the, January 5th of 2023. This is a midline regressional trend line. And we lost it a little bit, but then we regained it yesterday after the close. So that's a decent level of support. Also, if we did lose that at 392, I like that. If we did get a pullback there. And then also on the break too, if you do break above this 402.43, I like a push. And then I would say that if you could get above this close from Wednesday, I believe it was at what was that close? Let's see what that close is. Let's say 406.90. You can mark that too. Let's say if you get above that 406.09 level right here, which is the close from Wednesday, I think that you could quickly push into this 408.90. And then if you push through there, I think you could rapidly push into this 411.78, maybe into that 414.5 level. Hey, good morning, Edgar, mi amigo. So now getting into the options on what I'm trading today. Again, what I was telling everybody since last week, there's 3 days of expiration dates, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So yesterday I was trading Friday's expiration date, which is today now. So today I'm going to be trading today's expiration date. And we are at 401. So I'll probably start the morning. So we closed at 380 on the premium. And we're at 401.449. So we are about $3 higher. So I may actually start this at 405, thinking that we are going to rally up a little bit. So this premium is at 208. So this will open up a little higher, maybe not in the $3 range. And then as far as the put price, I'm probably going to put the put price, I'm going to leave the put price at 395 actually. So this will probably change as the morning moves on. And so again, if you're new and you're really new to options, like Edgar, I know that you're new to options, and you should probably come to the Discord station so you can get more in depth about it. But the basic gist of the strategy that I teach, it's a basic strategy, and you start out with the 5-minute opening range, right? So I have on my screen a script, and on this script, you see this green rectangle. It plots out the first 5 minutes. This first candle right here is the first 5 minutes of the day. And this plots out for me, once this candle is done generating after the first 5 minutes, this rectangle stays permanent on my screen. And it shows me the range of the first 5 minutes of the candle. So yesterday's range was 392.84 for a low and 398.57 for a high. So you had $6 range in this shaded area represents $6. So now the concept is, if the market, and I'll show you the concept here. So now the concept is, if it breaks up, on the top here I have my calls, and the bottom here I have my puts. So if the market's going up, I want to buy a call. Okay, if I think the market's going up. If the market's going down, I want to buy a put. Okay. And then you pick different strike prices, and the strike prices are done with the option chain. I have that on a different screen, and I can explain that to you later on. But the option prices now, as you go, so like for example here, so the further, let's say on a put price, I want to have a put price higher than where the stock price is. Okay, if I change this put price. Let's say the price is trading at 397 right now, and if I change the put price to higher than what the stock price is trading at, this premium price right here, if you watch it, it's going to go higher, because so if I change it to 400, that 425 moved up to $6.70. It becomes more expensive. It becomes more expensive because it's in the money. And the reason why options were created is because you can buy options, less capital, but then when you buy the options on the expiration date, which is today, if you still hold a position on the options, it gets converted over into the equity price. So if you buy one option, that's equal to 100 shares of the stock price. So when you're trading options on the expiration date, you have to make sure that your position is flat. Otherwise, if I bought a one lot here of an option here, let's just say I bought a call, and I bought a one lot call here, then it transferred over, I would have to buy 100 shares of the stock at the price that it's trading at if it was in the money. So it would cost, so 100 shares would cost me, $40,000, right? So you have to be careful on when you're trading options that on expiration date that you're flat, right? So anyways, that's the basic gist of it. So I don't take any positions home or anything. So all I do is I trade the premium price, meaning that if I think the price is going to go down, then I buy a put. So if I buy, so now breaking it down here, let's say I think yesterday, for example, let's say I wanted a price and I think the price is going to go down. It breaks here. I buy a one lot here. This one lot for $4.25 cost me $425. Okay, so that's my exposure on the trade. So if this went to zero, all I could lose is $425. Okay, so now as the price moves down on the, because I bought a put, this premium price $425 moves higher. So for every time the price moves down in price here on the equity price, this premium price moves up because I'm buying a put. If you think the market's going down, you buy a put. If you think it's going up, you buy a call. So my calls are up here. You can see I have a C right there, and my puts are right here. I have a P right here in the box here. Okay. So now what happens is then I'll buy it, and then if the market's going down, then I see, okay, well, I made a profit. Then I end up selling it, and that's the basic gist of it. Okay, I can go on for hours about how to do it, but there's other trades that I do based off of this basic trade here. And if you go down below in the description and you join the Discord, hit the Discord link, you can come into the trading room from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every morning. From now till the end of the month, I'm doing this for free, and I show you this screen that you have up here, and I show my live trades, and I show you when I'm taking the trades. I say, I could enter a trade right here, and I take my stop up here, and I show you my trades, and I call out my trades when I'm taking it, when I'm getting out, where my stops are, why I'm taking the trades. And so it's important to understand, other than just waiting for somebody to call it out. You want to learn it on your own, because if you're just waiting for somebody to call trades out, you're never going to learn how to trade. And the whole goal of trading is to be able to do this by yourself. You don't want to depend on somebody for anything. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully I will see you in the trading room. Again, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video with people, please, as I try to build a community here. And if I don't see you in the trading room, I will make a video on Sunday of the market ahead. And have a great trading day. Make it safe. Lower lot size. It's Friday. Don't ruin your weekend. And I will see you.